A Fairfield Township firehouse was empty for 3 hours Saturday night.
The fire chief says they were without full staff in part because of a firefighter's wedding. 9 on your side's Jason Law spoke with the chief about the staffing shortage and what's being done to make sure this doesn't happen again. Jason?
Well, Fire Chief Tim Thomas says the goal is to have 12 firefighters on duty at all times. But for about 3 hours Saturday, the department only had 5 on staff, and one of their 2 stations was in the dark.
Rodney Lockaby says it's comforting to live so close to Firehouse 212.
Literally, you can see the back of the firehouse from right there, from right here.
But Lockaby was disappointed when we told him the firehouse around the corner was unoccupied for 3 hours Saturday night. Lockaby lives with his 75-year-old mother.
Had something happen to her, and I wanted them to come that night, you know, because she was in a bad way. How long would it have took them to get here?
There are 2 fire stations in Fairfield Township, number 212 on Tylersville Road and number 211, the main headquarters, on Morris Road. The stations are about 5 miles apart. Fire Chief Tim Thomas says because of scheduling conflicts and the wedding of a firefighter Saturday night, a decision was made to combine staff and temporarily close Firehouse 212.
Is this something you regret doing, or was this something that was unavoidable because of the staffing situation?
Under these circumstances, there was nothing I could do to force people to come to work.
Chief Thomas says the department relies on 70 part-time firefighters who can't work more than 30 hours a week. He says many of those firefighters have other jobs and commitments. Thomas became chief in November and says staff shortages have always been a problem.
Did any calls come in that night between 6 and 9?
No. So
Were you fortunate for that?
Yes. I mean, I always want to have the maximum available staffing, but the realism is there's days when we're not going to have 12 people on duty no matter how hard we try.
Thomas says they are hiring more firefighters. They're in that process, and he also says his department relies on what's called mutual aid, or help from nearby fire departments. I asked him if Fairfield Township was adequately covered Saturday night, and he said it was. Carol?
Thank you, Jason. And now